Hey guys, this tutorial is going to be fun. I'm going to teach you how to make forms in Figma, and that too with pixel perfect efficiency. Okay, if that's a word, the right way. Okay, you begin with simple text and that is all you do. Okay, now let's have a look how to do that. First thing first, press T as a shortcut for text, and you're gonna create and type in name being the input field. How many input fields we need? We need 3 to 4 input fields. Let's call it name, let's call it email address, phone number, subject, and of course the message. So you have 4 to 5 of these. Okay, now before we go ahead, let me download the icons. Let me get the icons, necessary icons that I need. The techniques I'm telling you, this is the most efficient way to make or do your designs. Okay, it gets you pixel perfect product all the time. So what you want to do is you want to download this plugin called Iconify. If you don't have it, please go to communities and download it. You click Iconify, and then I'm going to download some icons that I'm going to need. So what are those? First is I'm going to take user as an icon. I'm going to download that. Yeah, which one should we use? User, person. Yeah, let's take this one. Okay, we're gonna, let me select multiple. I'm going to select this one, and then I'm going to need phone. Let's select, yeah, let's just take this one. Okay, and then I'm gonna need to do with the email. Okay, in email we can use this one. This one should be fine, and then we are going to import them. Okay, how we import these videos, how we import those icons. Since we have those icons already, now you will see the magic happening. Okay, now each icon is about 12 pixels. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is I go back to my name and press Shift A. Okay, so that makes it now a frame. So I'm going to call it, double click, and I'm going to make it input. Okay, now I'm going to take my user icon, Control C, and click on my frame and Control V. That's how it is done. Now all I need to do is, since my name is the icon is already selected, I'm going to press arrow key to the left, and that's where the positioning of my icon will stay. Okay, now what I need to do is increase the width of my input. Let's make it 200 pixels. That should be enough. And since you could see both of these are aligned to the center, we go to our auto layout and press align left. Okay, here we do that. Now it is align left, and I want to manage the space between my icon and my placeholder. That's going to be 8 pixels. Okay, now once this is done, I'm going to give it a background fill of white. Okay, and I'm going to press Control D. So what is done is my frame has been duplicated. Now I'm going to select these two and press Shift A to make them a frame again. Now this is my frame. All I need to do now, go back to my auto layout properties options and do vertical layout. So this is vertical layout now, and I want to manage the space between these two. So all I need to do is enter, let's say 16 pixel is the ideal space. Okay, and now I'm going to click another one and Control D again, Control D. So that's how you make your duplicates, right? Then I'm going to take this another icon and double click on my icon that I want to change, and I want to press Control Shift R. Please remember this, Control Shift R. So once you press Control Shift R, it's going to replace your icon. Okay, you can replace anything. This is the most powerful shortcut. You again press Control, you go back to another icon that you want, you select the frame, you Control C, and then you double click where you want to replace, and then press Control Shift R. So that's going to replace your icon. And now all I need to do is yeah, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to change name, and I'm going to call it email, okay, and sorry, that's phone number. Okay, that's phone number. We'll come back to the aesthetics later on. Email, and let's call it subject. Okay, and in this case I'm gonna delete my icon. I don't need that. Actually, let's keep the icon. In this one I'm gonna delete in the last one because this will be probably a message. Okay, we can also use the icon, that's fine now. But then what you want to do, I want to replace this with the chevron. Okay, how do I do that? I'm going to go back again to my Iconify plugin, and I'm going to look for chevron. Okay, this is what chevron looks like. I'm going to import it. My chevron has been imported now, and it's already been replaced. Let me just double click here, plug in again, Iconify, and then just simply import. Now it's going to replace my icon. As you can see, this is the magic has already happened. Now I'm going to rotate it to 90 degree, and now all I need to do is just delete my icon, the one I don't need, and going back to the layout options. After selecting this particular input, I am going to do auto. Okay, and click on subject, double click, and with arrow left key I'm going to bring it here. So that's how you have your subject. Pretty neat, guys, pretty neat. You're not doing anything particularly creating every element. You're simply just replacing and pressing buttons. That's all. It's that simple. At the same time, you are doing everything pixel perfect. Now all I want to do is change the sizing. That's fine. Let me increase the sizing of my input. I'm gonna make it all the way to 300 pixels, or I can make it I think 250 is fine. Let's make it 250, and I want to give them a little bit of rounding corners of 8 pixels. That's what I want to do. And now you can see our form is coming to shape, and then what I want to do is give a little bit of a stroke to each of these after selecting them, and I want to change the stroke color to something much more lighter. Okay, so that's not overpowering. Okay, so that's how you do that. Now since these are selected, let's change the font also. The font is fine. Font is fine. Now because the message is usually not a single line, so it's a multiple line, I'm going to increase the size by dragging it, and then as you can see my message is coming in the middle, but I don't want it in the middle. So what I can do is I can just go up and go to auto layout and align to top. So that's how my message is going to be. Okay, I'm just going to delete my icon just for cleaner purposes, cleaning everything up. I'm going to select my frame and press Shift A again. Now what this done is it's given me a frame. Everything in the form is now everything that all the inputs are now within a frame of its own. Now I can give a color to the frame. Let's make it white, and I want the boundaries to be around 32 pixels. So let's make it 32 pixels on the left, 32 pixels on the right, and there you have it. So your now form is started looking something more like a form. So what I'm going to do is control, select my name, control. After pressing control, I press click. You can select any individual item, control C, and I'm going to go back to my outer frame and press this control V, the name here, the text. And since you can see they are aligned to left and right, I want to put them on top of each other, and that's how you do that. Now my name has come up. All I need to do is press arrow up, and that's gone up. Now I need to create, this is basically the title. I'm going to make it bold by pressing Control B. Okay, and the size to be 22 pixels, and let's just call it contact form. Okay, now one thing is missing in this one. Of course I need to change, I want to change the corners around 8 pixels each. That's how you do that. Once it's 8 pixels, it's just giving more organic look. Okay, one thing is missing. So what was missing is the contact form submit button. I'm going to press Control C, Control V again. I've just taken this particular button and bring it all the way to down. I'm going to change the color of this to something more blue. Remove my icon. You can keep the icon if you want, and so it depends on you. And then change the color all the way to white, and then bring my text in the middle. And of course I want it to be all bold, so I control click my text here, go to options for the text, and make it all caps, upper cap. Okay, and of course I want it bold, so I can go to now make it more bold. Okay, and change the text to submit. There you go, guys. So this is how you make pixel perfect forms in Figma without even using, just without wasting time dragging things around and playing around with them. Of course, you can then play around with the aesthetics of it and change things as you see fit. And that covers our course, our chapter on how to make forms the right way. Of course, it is not aesthetically pleasing. Let me just make it slightly more aesthetically pleasing. If you want to make it, you can just select the text, and I want to change the color to something much more lighter so that it's not overpowering. Okay, and again, select my inputs, change the stroke color to something much more highlighty, much more contrasty, so that it's much more clear. So there you have it, guys. You can create any variation of forms in Figma by using this simple technique. Please don't forget to use shortcuts and auto layout. This is the smartest way to do it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll bring you a lot of more stuff very soon.